Good morning. We're going to start off with grateful and proud of today.
Who else is proud of Chris?
I'm proud of Chris.
I got one. So, over the last few years, I've hated giving shop tours because our place looks like shit. Yesterday, I had an old friend come through and I gave him a tour, and I can't tell you guys how proud I am of all of you. Cause this place looks freaking awesome. I mean, even like when we had a showing and the guys came through about 3 weeks ago, and then they came again through on Thursday. And when they came through and they were talking to me on Thursday, they were asking what was going on because it was like so drastically different from when they first came through.
It's just cool, but also terrible.
We're gonna take it for what it's good for.
Yeah, man.
Everybody.
I'm proud of my dirt, my house. Garden last year, and it did very, very poorly this year.
Nice.
You got there.
I'm grateful for the little bit of free time I was able to get to myself last night to listen to my divorced dad rock and play my video games.
I need more stamina.
I'm grateful for the ladies at the pharmacy yesterday getting me the medicine for Bentley, because like the doctor didn't call it in and they were like, we're gonna let you take this, it's for your kid, and they like, we'll get it taken care of in the morning, so it'll be all taken care of and stuff, but they like aren't supposed to do that, so I'm really.
Yay, Shady Farmers.
My son helped with a shutout last night. It was 7-0 against Penfield. My daughter won the diving competition.
Yay, twins.
And I got to see both of them because they were both over by Battle Creek, so that was cool.
Yay, Battle Creek.
Video before we get started.
All right, Trish, let's do it.
Right.
Left side. Left button.
Here you go.
Yeah. 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 Trish, what is it?
Yay, before
Both before and after the great.
Motion is my topic. Any motion inside of a work process that does not add value to the customer.
Okay.
This is my example.
Oh, we got video.
Now, me and Nate do that like 3 to 4 times a day.
If it was winter, you'd be opening the garage door, waiting for that, to come out, then dragging your sheet out, coming back, shutting the garage door.
That video was sped up like 16 times.
Damn.
What it would be. So that was like 30 to 40 minutes of their daily.
So that's how they move all day long.
If they move like that, we wouldn't have to. So can you guys speed up 16 times?
Anyone identify any waste in their area?
I got.
Good.
Bring in any product, we have to grind into the grinding booth, we have to locate a cart, put it on the cart. And then that's transportation too, so there's 2 wastes in there. So it's easier just to do everything just in your booth if possible. I'd say for me, it's scheduling, like right now with the laser we have, I schedule 20 sheets of one material, so I cut all that, which causes the backups in brake press and everything. With the new laser, we're gonna save some of that motion, having multiple tiers of different materials, so I can cut whatever I want, whenever I want. 7 gauge, 14 gauge, 11 gauge. That's gonna reduce the amount of motion that Nate and Chris have to do by loading the same or one set of material, waiting for it to cut, unload. But right now, that's a big waste of motion.
Getting jobs down off the shelf, if we need them, finding the job we need. Running back and forth to the computer, ink equipment tag, and signed in and out. Getting jobs off the shelf.
Say you got more than one product, you put it on your table, you tack it up, oh, I'm gonna put it down, let me pick up another one, let me tack that up. Put it down, you just wasting your motion by not just finishing your product while it's on your table.
A lot of those fab times that Casey and I set, it's all in the motion, right? We historically are pretty good at not wasting that motion, so not necessarily what you do in your helmet, it's what you're doing outside of your helmet that makes all the time. How you move the product around in general.
We just fixed one the other day back at the robot with the sweet wall panels that we got from Ryan, with all of our tools and components now. Everything used to be outside of the cell in a toolbox, had to rummage through it. We were borrowing Tim's stuff, so when he moved, we were walking into his booth in and out, bugging him and grabbing stuff. So now we have everything that we need right inside the robot cell at the unload station for taking pictures on, taking them off. So it definitely saves us quite a bit of waste of motion.
I got one more. Even in my booth, I have a hard time keeping track of stuff that I use and then set down and then it disappears because that's my ADHD. So I think having a standard spot where it hangs or sits or goes into, that's where it's at, and that's where it's always gonna be. It'll save a lot of time just looking for a certain tool.
Yeah, color codes.
Oh, yeah, it's all we agree.
That's our biggest thing. I went to motion this morning for Brian Trader, looking for windows. I don't know where it was, but it took 2 buildings and about 4 minutes of walking around and finding, so that's another good example.
Moving to I just spoke a lot already, each one of us has a car, now they can pull out a certain spot, take it underneath the voice, and work on the vehicle, and I think that many times I've like had to set bolts on, all the parts are full of crap, so you have to set bolts on the hoist arms, or you set a wrench somewhere, or you feed it, or you set it on top, and it's caused or lots of times I have a picture of Kevin, the pile of impacts on the floor at his feet. This is all the first rectified, and he's working on something that required a lot of for the school. So having burns down did all the that was.
Bryce called me like 2 days ago and said, "Can I talk to Corey?" And which was hurtful. But it was because I don't know if you did, maybe you didn't know Corey's extension, right? So. And then he's just like, "Hey, I really want to get together a directory of extensions." It's like, well, shoot, I can do that. So yesterday because I realized that
he's calling the wrong person to talk to somebody else. I will get up off of my chair and go walk somewhere because I don't know that person's extension. So yesterday I just put a directory together and I called like 4 people. Kevin Bradshaw, as soon as people found out he had a phone, he got like 3 calls. You have an extension? It's like, just call people. This is great. Yeah, right.
I think another good one, it's on a smaller scale, but I think it just shows how minute you can go into the details, but the stream decks, at the computers, right? Just minimizing the amount of clicks you have to take or moving your mouse around to get to open a file or to open a program and do all these different things. So, it's smaller and finer, but I think it's a really good example of how into things you can get to minimize the amount of waste that goes in
The
there.
little boy in the front. And
As the back.
He's got something to say.
he's trying to raise.
I've noticed a huge change and improvement in is, with us doing, pre-S every morning and everything gets put away, so. When you go to where it should be, it's all of a sudden there, and that's really nice, because then you don't have to go on a manhunt to try to find whatever it was you were looking for. So it's been a great motion to reduce it.
I think we can have some wasted motion in the warehouse when we're building pallets with boxes. Sometimes we can overanalyze how we're placing the boxes, but then also when FedEx shows up and we've got 2 small pallets, now we've got to combine those 2 pallets, now we're lifting those boxes a second, sometimes a third time, just to combine it into one pallet, get it out the door. Process.
Same thing with the big freight bumpers, like get them up here, put them on a cart, take them to powder coat, bring them back, put them back up on a cart. And then move them from cart to cart all the way around and then put them on a pallet and ship them. Get touched like 6-7 times. Put it out the door.
Anytime Kevin said to come over here, you either get a hold or a hold tag or get a hold of an engineer, so you can just hold them on afterwards. That's fun.
Causes, there's the poor layout through all your process. Some of the examples I put is tools being disorganized, me and Nate have to run upstairs here, to find Casey and Bryce. If something wrong with the laser. Yeah, well, every piece of work in the shop's move saves 10 steps a day for each of the 12,000 employees, and you will have saved 50 miles of waste of motion and misspent energy. And tomorrow's ballot.
Good job, Chris. We'll go to your departments and we'll move forward. Good job.
Hold on.
Technology.